Okay, guys, so we're going to be doing a different type of first look, and this was suggested by one of my friends. One of my close friends wanted me to do this, so I'm going to go ahead and do it. I will be playing this game. This is going to be for at the dead of night, or at dead of night. Sorry, my English grammar wants me to fix that, but, whatever. So, essentially what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be looking over the trailer and breaking it down, kind of like what I did with a few other things in the past, and giving you my impressions of the game before I actually play it. Then what I'm going to do after is play the game. Here in a couple weeks, I'm going to purchase the game and then actually play it, and then give you my impression of how it actually is after I have played it. So I haven't finished watching this whole trailer. I've only seen like maybe 30 seconds of it. So we're going to look at it together, and I'm going to pause it and talk about it at certain points, of course. So let's start it real quick.
Where are you? You all went off and left me behind.
We've all booked into a hotel up the road. Just say you're with us.
Okay, I'm gonna stop right here real fast because I have to make a point to say this. I have not played a game, myself personally, I know they exist, where they use real people in a horror situation. Um, so with that, and I have mad anxiety, depending on how this actually plays out, this could be something that I find extremely well done, or it could be bad. Now, I say bad, and I leave it at that. Not like it could be really bad. Because I'm not saying it could be objectively bad. It could be a good game, but it might miss its mark with me. But that's just right off the cut from seeing that it's not CG, it's real people. And the reason why that's important, in my opinion, for a horror game is because unlike horror movies, you are going to be put in the driver's seat. So your decisions are going to be what cause these things to happen. So let's just keep looking.
Ah, Maya, I presume. Oh, don't be alarmed.
See, now that right there is gonna mess with me a lot. So if it's actually not just cinematics for the trailer, when you're walking through the hotel, if you hear whispers and what have you, that's actually, I think, pretty dang good. We'll see how that actually plays out in the game though, because I don't think it's gonna be a consistent thing. Because if they make it too consistent, then you run into the problem of it just being same old, same Z everywhere you go. Like, oh, there's a hallway, I hear voices here, or oh, I've been hearing voices this whole time. Unless they play at the point where each voice, because it says right here, they know the truth about Jimmy. So if these voices are things that you're supposed to listen to, while it is still kind of scary and kind of filling you with that little anxiety and fear, you're trying to pick up clues. That would be interesting as well, to see that they're using these voices as not just a gimmick or a simple scare tactic, but something to be like, okay, this is implemented into the game for a reason. Let's try and figure it out.
You have to find out what you did and tell everyone.
Well, I guess it was just a recording, so that leads to a different question then. In that case, are you walking around kind of like a ghost investigator with that item, or is that an item that you found in the game? That's something I'm gonna have to figure out while playing. But that could also lead into audio tapes that you find throughout the game, giving you different clues about what's going on, which I actually think that particular thing is pretty dope, but we'll see. Okay, so he's stalking you through the hotel, and I can see the icon on the top left, so there is going to be audio tapes. That's actually pretty cool. I've already discussed how I feel about that. But this gentleman is stalking you through the hotel so you don't find out his secrets. I'm sure he doesn't know that ghosts are kind of filling you in, but this could either play out really well or really bad. So far they haven't shown us anything involving ghosts, because that would be really creepy, especially with live actors. It's just been this guy chasing us around with something to bludgeon us to death. I'm assuming he is a mass murderer and he has killed people in this hotel, but that's an assumption. I'll find out when I play the game. Um, but being stalked by a guy in a hotel and seeing him duck behind behind walls isn't. At first, it might mess with you a little bit, but I don't think that's something that they're gonna stick to throughout the entirety of the game's runtime, unless the game is short. Which is, if it's short, that's fine. But if they stick to it throughout the entirety of the runtime, it's not really gonna hit the same. Now they might be playing off the whole aspect of a young woman being hunted down by this deranged man, which incites a different type of fear. But again, that's something I'm gonna have to wait and see. Okay, so a few things there. Clearly, it's going to be a puzzle game. Like, you're going to have to find keys and assorted items to actually figure things out. The dagger, I'm not too sure about. I'm guessing that's going to be more of like an heirloom, or maybe not an heirloom, but an item that leads into a clue. Because if they give you a dagger, I can guarantee you, unless the game makes it impossible, this man is going to get shanked. Like, that's what's going to happen. If you are able to take that and use it to defend yourself, you should be able, full blown, to stab him and game done. So that's not likely going to be the case unless he himself is some sort of supernatural entity. So my thing is, so far, right, this hotel seems completely empty, as it were. I'm unsure if the hotel is essentially abandoned and he's just doing the upkeep, because again, I have to play it, so a lot of this is assumptions, or if everyone is just sleeping through this. Now, the reason why this raises a slight concern is if everyone's just sleeping through this, it makes sense for him to be ducking and dodging behind walls so you don't see him coming. However, if the hotel's actually abandoned and only inhabited by ghosts, and this gentleman, who may or may not be a ghost now I'm thinking about it, him ducking behind walls doesn't make sense. He should be able to just come straight at you and well, I mean, murder you. But again, we'll see. Okay, so unless there is more to do with the ghost, right? This is gonna be more of a psychological terror, like a psychological horror thing. Based on what I'm seeing in this trailer, though, the primary evil is just going to be this guy. There may be a few jump scares not involving him, but involving the ghost as you try to figure things out, a la how you have in The Sixth Sense with the little girl under the bed, for example. Or she wasn't under the bed; she was in her little tent, if I'm not mistaken. Either way, like, he's trying to figure something out. The ghost means no harm, but it scares him when it appears, kind of thing. This could definitely play with a lot of people's anxiety if they either suffer from that, or it's something that builds your anxiety with its atmosphere. It could be a really fun thrill ride. However, for me, I'm not typically all that, like, how do I put this? I'm not really thrilled by the idea of a more human killer when it comes to my style of horror, but this game seems interesting enough, so I'm willing to give it a chance. And of course, it was recommended by a friend. So we'll see what's going on with it. I will be getting this game in a few weeks, maybe 2 weeks or so, and then I will upload another video on my first look. If the game is short, I will play through it, do cuts here and there, and try not to provide too many spoilers. If I do finish it quickly and you guys want to know spoilers, I'll definitely answer them for you, make videos about them, so on and so forth, if it's something that interests you. Like this video, if you have any ideas or games that you would like me to go over, or trailers you would like me to look into, definitely leave it in the comments below. As for this, like, comment, subscribe. If you are interested in this content, I'll be posting more. I do have some more content scheduled to come out soon too. As I always say, have a great day, morning, noon, or night, whatever it is, wherever you are. I'm sorry. And I look forward to actually playing this game and seeing what it's all about.